She's a very, very amazing person. Very, very amazing. You know, I like stories that triggers me. Please get your writing material set. I like success stories that triggers me. And listening to our success story on the 12th of August really did a good thing to me. And for those of you that are not privileged to be in that place, this is another opportunity to listen to her with this unique nuggets she will drop in. Becoming a senior manager is not a day job. I cannot tell you that for free. So anybody that attained this level, you need to listen to the person to know what the person have done to have gotten here. Ladies and gentlemen, please, can we all be upstanding as a welcome our first speaker, no other person than Miss Ifeyinwa and Nancy. Please, can we all be upstanding and welcome her, please? If you're not clapping, if you're not standing, something is wrong somewhere. Please, let's all be upstanding to welcome our first speaker. Is that how you're celebrating a senior manager by excellence?
PBOs. PBOs. At least today, I think I don't have a stage fright again. Like on 12th of August, I was really shivering, talking to a large number of crowd for the first time. So we'll get better by the day. They say practice makes perfect. It's an honor to be standing in your presence this afternoon. And it's a double honor to be speaking together with my coach and mentor in P1. I didn't say that story that day. In the person of Barrister Omar. So, if you want to do well in anything in life, not just about P1 business, have someone guide you. Someone has been doing it better than you, so you need a guide. Barrister Omar happens to be the first mentor I have in P1 when I came to Lagos. February 12, 2021, I was on my way from Enugu coming to Lagos for our first boot camp in Eco Hotel. So I was already being celebrated as a team manager. I joined January 14th, 2020. So by that February 12th, 2021, I was a team manager. So coming all the way from Enugu for our boot camp, I didn't know the experience and the feeling of being celebrated because you were being celebrated in your absence. So, but when I got to Lagos, because I was not a Lagos PBO, my face was not familiar to a lot of people. So they kept on asking, who is this person? Who is this person? Who is this person? And like I tell people, Lagos is the headquarters of P1. So no matter how good you think you are, when you come to Lagos, it will just swallow you. But that's the truth. That's the truth. No matter how good you think you are, no matter what you think you do, come to Lagos. If you still retain that name, then you are good. So when I came, nobody even seems to know who I am or recognize me. It was when we started the boot camp in the hall. I think that was when some people got to know who I was. But as God may have it, I was privileged and opportune to be paid together with Barrister Omar in the same room that day. And my journey started. But I had to pity her that night because I asked a lot of questions. I had to bombard her. Like I said earlier last 2 weeks in Success Summit, when you do P1 outside Lagos, you understand that it's not the same P1 we do here. I don't know if I have a witness here. Have anybody traveled outside Lagos to do P1? We have so many training centers here. We have so many athletes. We have so many facilitators. But outside Lagos, it's not the same. It's not the same. You get to see one particular speaker or one particular venue. At some point, it's tiring. But here in Lagos, if you don't want to go to homes, you can go to Legend, you can go to Heaven, you can go to Sterling, so many places to learn. So when I came for that boot camp, and I met Barrister Omar, and we were paired together, in fact, that night was question and answer series. I bugged out with a lot of questions. In fact, after the boot camp on Sunday, I don't wish to go back to Enugu. Because I felt the impact. I felt another dimension of the business, which I have never experienced before. In fact, I pleaded with her if I can go to her house with her. I don't just want to go because I was yearning for more. But I remember I had a sister living in Lagos. In fact, she has been asking me to come. And I said, okay, let me even reach out to her and tell her that I'm in Lagos. We are about going. That was February 14th. The boot camp was for 2 days. So I had to quickly test her that I'm in Lagos. I'm in a hotel that we came for boot camp. And we are done. So I'm about going back to Enugu. But I decided to let her know maybe if I can come. So she quickly sent me her address. So I showed Barrister Omar that day. I don't know my way. I've been to Lagos on several occasions, but I've never been to this part of Lagos, this island. That Eco Hotel was the first time I was actually coming to Island. So I showed her the address. I told her I don't know the place. And she obliged to drop me to my sister's place. That day, we drove. As we were coming, she was showing me places, but I don't even know those places she was showing me. She showed me landmarks, she showed me VGC and so many places. But being my first time here, so all those places were just somehow in my eyes. My mind was like, can we just get to the destination where I'm going to? So finally, we arrived at my sister's place. She dropped me. But that same Sunday, my inspection to our estate started. Because coming to Lagos is a different thing, and identifying all the athletes and their estates is another thing. Everything was just zigzag in my eyes. But like I said earlier, because I was already determined to succeed, I was willing to follow any path to success. So that Sunday, we went to my first inspection, actually, to P1 Stars, the Pinnacles in Shongotedo, Monastery Road. I think they were the only one that had the estates then there. So they had the Pinnacle 1 and Pinnacle 2. And Barrister happens to be the face of Pinnacle 1 there. So she drove me to that one. We went. After that, I went to the second one, and she brought me back home. So when she was going, I didn't even feel like leaving her. In fact, if not that she's married, and you know you have to take permission from your husband, you can't just bring in anybody. I would have just carried my bag and followed her to her house. That was how bad it was and how desirous I was really yearning to succeed. So on Monday, after everything, I came to P1 Homes for my first inspection. I went to Oshoroko. So I had to start identifying the estates and athletes. So I went to my first inspection in P1 Homes, Oshoroko, and Eden Waters. I think I went to that 2 estates. My journey has started. On Tuesday, I heard that Julius was having a training of 1 million sales. That period, it was the then MD of P1 Homes. I came. Even Julius recognized I was a new face. I was not a Lagos PBO. It's not a face he has been seeing. So he encouraged me as well. Then on Saturday of that same week, Barrister Omar had a training in Landmark. I went. From that training, P1 Mass was having their 1-year anniversary. I followed her. We went. Why am I saying all those things? Whenever you see any glory, there's a story attached to it. I didn't just get to where I am. The desire and the passion has always been there. And when God sees your heart, He will just make way for you. Trust me. Because if I was not working back then in Enugu, doing my recruitment, even when I don't know much about the business and I've not been to Lagos, but I just asked my upline, what am I expected to do to succeed in this business? And he said, recruitment and sales. And I said, just that? He said, yes. I said, okay, I will try my best. And coming from a state that they don't know anything about P1, it was really a hard nut to crack. Enugu is a civil servant area. They are basically specialized in banks, teaching, and all that. So they are not a business-oriented state. So now you're introducing a business to them, and they are not one, and the business is new to them. They can understand how difficult it is for them to accept the concept of P1 or real estate. So when I knew all those things, I said to myself, truly, it was a hard nut to crack. It was a hard nut to crack. But I told myself that I'm going to crack it. And by the time Enugu will wake up, that will be on the top. And that's just what basically happened. I don't want to go into the mockery, the rejection, the spiting, and everything. Because on your way to success, there are so many things you encounter. What people see is the success, actually. But they didn't see so many other things that followed it. Come rain, come shine, I'm on the street of Enugu, telling people about the good news of P1. A lot of people will reject you because they don't even know what you're talking about. But God will still position those that will still accept you, that will take up that story. Even if it's one person, it can spread from that particular one person. You don't give up. So I was now shuttling between Enugu and Lagos. So when I came that February, I stayed back till March. Around March 8th, we're already going to Uyo for our convention, that 2021. So we all have to go down to Uyo. But the experience I already had within that 2-3 weeks was like 3 years experience. In fact, I told myself that, you see this business, would die here. So I had to double my efforts. So after coming to Lagos, I had to shake off all the shame, the mockery, and everything. I found out that I was actually in the right place. Just unfortunate that Enugu doesn't know about the business. I wasn't the first team manager from Enugu, but I'm the first senior manager from Enugu. So I want to encourage all of us here. It's actually possible. I know it's going to be difficult, but it's actually attainable. Because it says, "Here die a man diligent in his works. He shall stand before kings. He shall not stand before mean men." God seeing my heart as I already so desired that I want to succeed in the business. He put people on my path that are going to help me to succeed. So, but you have to do a work. You do your own work. Because if I didn't recruit to qualify for that boot camp, I don't think I would have met Barrister Omar. I wouldn't have been here in Lagos in the first place. We are just two that came from Enugu that qualified for that boot camp in 2021. So if I wasn't recruiting and doing my job, would I have come to Lagos? No. Would I have met Barrister Omar? No. Your journey starts from somewhere. You have to do the work. Then God will put the angels that are already destined and assigned to you to help you achieve success. And the business is getting saturated, I must say. So if there's anybody you need to talk to, start talking to that person now. Because the person you're not talking to, another person is definitely talking to that person. I've had a lot of people that I registered because someone has already given them a clue about the business. But they just wanted someone that is closer to them that can explain the business in details for them to follow up. So assuming I was not talking to all those people, would I have known that so many people have reached out to them? Of course, no. But I didn't put that shame in me. I had to shake it off and continued. Because they say he that wears the shoes knows where its pinches. It was really that bad for me. Joining P1 in 2020, and as if that was not enough, starting from far away in Enugu, we entered lockdown. Can understand that there's no formal training whatsoever that you're getting for this so-called business you started. And but I kept on asking questions, asking my upline questions about the business and making research. In fact, I found 2018 convention magazine. I found 2019 convention magazine. And that year, 2020, when I joined. So I was comparing the three magazines, and I found something spectacular. I found out that no particular person is always being celebrated on that magazines. That there's always a new face and overtaking, even from the cover page of the MDs. So I was like, okay, this MD is here and he's no longer here. Not as if he's not there, but I believe they have been placed based on their performance. So I was like, okay. So it's not as if now one set of people have already dominated the business. You can actually conquer. So that gave me courage. So I said to myself that if anybody has succeeded in this business, that Ifeyinwa will succeed as well. And today, here I am being celebrated. So I want to encourage us all. It's actually possible. They say where there is a will, God will make a way. But you have to make up your mind that you need to succeed. Yes, some people might say, yes, the grace is there, I have the grace. Yes, I have the grace. But the grace is not for a lazy man. Grace does not find anybody being lazy. You have to be doing something for grace to locate you. If you're lazy, the grace cannot be there now. We all have the graces. But it's those that put their own to what the grace identifies with. So I wouldn't want to bore God much. I just want to encourage each and every one of us here today and viewers online. If I can make it, you all can actually make it. I don't have two heads. It's just normal work I do. So I want to appreciate us and thank you all and encourage us all to still continue pushing until you get to the success ladder you want to climb. Thank you.
Is that how you're going to celebrate her? Is that how you're going to celebrate her? Come on now. Is that how you're going to celebrate her? Come on, you can do better. You can do better. You can do better. You can do better. For those of you that stand up to celebrate her, people will stand up for you too. Please, one more time, can you celebrate her, ladies and gentlemen? Mrs. Ifeyinwa and Nancy, please step forward. Still step forward. I don't want you to go yet. Please come. Please be seated. Please be seated. Don't go yet. Mic check. Mic check. Mic check. Your echo. Who equalize it? Check. Mic check. Mic check. Mic check. Mic check. There's no check in this one. I want to get her to answer one or two questions. Check. Okay, check. Okay, hold this mic. Let me hold this one. Now, I just want to take like 3 persons, just 3. I don't want crowd. 3 persons to ask her questions. Okay, they should write it down. Okay, please write your questions down. Write your questions down. I said it before. Just what written questions? Just write it quickly. Just take like 2 minutes. Write it. We'll wait. Be patient for you. That Faith, sound. Where are you? Okay, so just write the question 1 or 2. Just write it down. She's going to attend to it. Okay, so for reference purpose, please, the next time a speaker is speaking, any question for the speaker, please do well to write it down before the speaker is done. Okay, so that you can have your questions on ground. Then also, those of you watching online, you want to ask her, drop it right now on the comment section. Drop it right now in the comment section, and P1 TV will get the question to me. Drop it right now on the comment section, and P1 TV will give me that question we're going to ask her. Quickly do that now. You have 2 minutes and your time starts now. Mr. Dyer, let me have the first question, please. You want to understand it? Okay. Okay, Mr. She to complete this statement. You said the statement. When you see glory,
ask for the story.
Ask for the story.
Because behind every successful person, there's a story behind it. And there's so many hard works you didn't get to see. It's only the success you're seeing. But you didn't get to see the rejection, the tribulations, the agony, so many things the person passed through. But what you're seeing is just the success. Of course, because you don't showcase your bad side or what you're passing through. And trust me, nobody even wants to know what you're passing through. Nobody cares. What they want to identify is actually success. So whatever you do, try and succeed. So that was why I said, when you see the glory, ask for the story. Because there's definitely a story behind it.
Please, can you put your hands together, ladies and gentlemen? Please put your hands together for her. Any other question? Any other question? Okay, there's one. Let's quickly attend to that one.
There's 2.
Okay, so 2, that'll be the last one I'll take. I don't take more than 3 questions per section so that I can move on. Okay, let me have it. What strategy did you use to recruit people quickly? I am now an assistant manager. How do I become a manager by October ending? Nice one. Please, can you put your hand for the person? Please clap for this person. That's his determination. He has a goal. He has a time frame for the goal he wants to set, and he wants to. Remember, you start with question. Now they are begging you a question. Go ahead, man.
I like that, and I encourage you, and also speak into your life that as you so desire it, it will come to pass.
Amen.
I want to ask us a question. For example, if you're doing a wedding, if you're throwing a wedding party, child education, traditional marriage, anything of sorts, you're doing that requires celebration, who do you give out your IVs to? Can I hear you? Who do you give out your invitations to?
Your friends, your relatives, your church members, those that you love and care for so much.
Why do you give them?
For them to attend your event and be part of it.
Is it that there are no passerby or road people that you can share your ideas with?
They are, but then I would like to align with my personal friends, those that understand me very well, and I understand them also
Good.
very well.
So in my contacts, I have like almost 1,800 contacts. And we are just looking for 150 to become a team managers. I developed some. Like two in my team practically became team managers themselves, while I do other ones. So when I started the business, the right thing to do is to reach out to my contacts. You have to start from them. If the roadside passer will not listen to you, at least someone that has known you for ages will definitely listen to you. In fact, I got interested in the business because I saw what my upline was posting on his status. He started September 2019 and reached out to me December 2019. But because I don't have the money to start, I started January. So when I saw everything he was doing on his WhatsApp, he did not even reach out to me first. I was already interested. So by the time he reached out to me, my mind was already keyed into what he was doing because I was following him up every day on WhatsApp, asking him about the business. So when he now told me about the business, that this is what it's all about, I was like, is that a good opportunity? So when I started, who are the first people to reach out to? My contacts. I utilized my contacts. These are people that have known me for ages. And I want to chip in something here. P1 is not just a business, like we all know. It's a ministry. So if you have a questionable character and lifestyle, it's high time for you to change it. People will not buy into you if your life is not good. In fact, the major sales I made, even till date, some of the clients told me, Ifeyinwa, I don't know your company. It's you that I know. And because of that, they transferred money into my personal account. If anything goes wrong with my money, it's you that I will hold. So why are they doing it? Because they've known me for ages. And the trust is there. So if you don't have integrity, you will not excel in this business. And what is integrity? Who you are when nobody is there seeing you. What you do outside the crowd. What you do behind closed door. How you relate to people. What can people say about you? So it was easier for me. It was very, very, very easier for me. So I utilized my contacts and they gave me that push. I hope I've answered your question.
Okay, just take one more question. What strategy do you use to convince people to join even when you didn't have much evidence?
I don't have any more strategy. The strategy I have is my faith, my belief, my strong will. That come what may, I will succeed. Day in, day out, I keep posting on my timeline. You get tired and one that asks me, Ifeyinwa, what is this you are posting? Then we had only one estate in Enugu, P1 Prime, Bellevue Estate. I attended their training. There were just 3 or 4 in the class. I collected T-shirts. Every day on the streets of Enugu, you see me wearing that T-shirt, going out for marketing. So whatever you believe is what you speak. In fact, before I even reach out to people, they will ask me, what is it I'm wearing? You can't go for markets and you dress corporate. So how do people know about your business? I can hear someone saying Pwan. Yeah, they actually gave me name. Even before I will come and approach someone in my street, they'll say Pwan is coming. Because of the people I've actually reached out to. So the confidence, that courage, the belief, and the passion and desire to succeed is what get me going. And it kept me going and kept me pushing till I got to this level that I am. So there's no secret, there's no shortcut to success actually. You have to do the work and believe in yourself that you can actually succeed.
Thank you. Thank you, that'll be all. Thank you. Please, can you put your hands up, ladies and gentlemen? Okay, I've said this before. Please.